Today we have championship case number 7. We're going to be talking about Christopher Bell, the Joe Gibbs Racing driver. Yes, we do this for all 16 championship drivers. We've done 6. Go to the playlist if you have not seen the other 6 for the championship cases. So, Christopher Bell, what kind of season has he been having? He has 1 win on the season so far. That was at Bristol Dirt. But other than that, he has 5 top 5s, 12 top 10s, and 2 stage wins, and he currently sits 4th in the regular season standings. So it's been a pretty consistent year for Christopher Bell. Honestly, that's the word I would use to describe his season, consistent. I can't think of the DNFs for him this year. He does not have a lot. I think it says here he has 2 DNFs. He's at worst top 15 usually, I feel like. So overall, Christopher Bell has been running extremely well this year, and that backs up an extremely great 2022 season where he had 3 wins, I think, made it to the Championship 4 for the first time. And I think he could be looking at another trip to the Championship 4 this year with Joe Gibbs Racing. So let's look at that schedule. But first of all, we got to talk about the playoff points. Everyone needs playoff points. There's no such thing as too many playoff points. I say this for everyone because it's true. Because look again, it's Kevin Harvick in 2020. Kevin Harvick fans probably want to kill me every time I say that because I say it every time. But finishing up in 4th in the regular season standings, or better, I think he might be able to do a little bit better. Get as many playoff points as you can. The higher you finish in the regular season standings, the more playoff points you get. So Christopher Bell, the more playoff points he can get, the better. But as for this first round, I expect him to do good at these races. I expect him to advance. He doesn't have the points cushion that, Truex has, or even a William Byron or a Denny Hamlin has, but I do expect him to get out of this round. As I said, Christopher Bell, extremely consistent this season. I expect him to be at worst top 15 in all these races. I expect him to be top 10, realistically, in all these races. Kansas is a track that Toyota has done great at the past couple of years since the next-gen car, really. And he should be top 5 there, honestly. I expect him to run extremely well there. I think he ran top 5 in the spring, leading some laps there. Darlington, I expect him to run well at. And Bristol, I expect him to run well at. Obviously, I could have said, he won in the spring, but that was when it was dirt. But still, I expect him to run well there. So this first round, really, I'm not concerned. No, he doesn't have the points cushion, so he cannot afford a big mistake like a crash or a mechanical failure. But if he just runs his race, runs clean, I think he should get out of this round. Second round is tricky, as I've said with everyone else. You got the 2 wild cards in Talladega and the Roval, but then you have Texas, which in itself last year was a wild card. But they did do a tire test, and I don't expect the same problems as last year, so I don't know what to expect with Texas. Christopher Bell's had some good runs at Texas. Back when he was in the 95 car for Levine Family Racing, he got a runner-up finish, I think, back in 2020, was it? I think. But other than that, just not a big sample size at Texas in the next-gen car, and not a great sample size considering the tire problems there were. So it's tough to judge what Texas is going to be in terms of results, but I think he should run top 10 there. Toyota Joe Gibbs Racing has always been good at Texas. They've been good at the intermediate, so I expect Gibbs to be good again there. So I expect Bell to be good. Top 10 at worst. And then you got Talladega, and Bell's a decent super speedway racer. He hasn't won one yet, but, he doesn't crash out of every one of them. I don't know, just avoid the wrecks. That's what I'm going to say. Then there's the Roval, and this is a big point. Not only is he the defending winner, last year he was in 2 scenarios. Well, it's the same scenario, but he was in it twice. He was in a must-win situation, and he won both of them. At the Roval, he had to win to advance to the round of 8, and at Martinsville, he had to win to advance to the Final 4, and he did it. So I think that's a big thing to have that in your head, to know that I've been in a must-win situation and I have done it before. I've done it twice before. I can do it again. If Christopher Bell was, let's say he runs 17th at Texas, let's say he crashes at Talladega and has 58 points below the cutoff line. You can't make that up. At the Roval, if he was going into it thinking, oh man, I have to win. I've never been in a must-win before, or if I've never succeeded in a must-win before, maybe it's a little bit of self-doubt in there. Maybe he doesn't run his race normal and the pressure gets to him, but he's proven twice that he can do it in a knockout situation, in a must-win situation. I think if he does get in that position, he could very well get that done. And also, he is a very good road course racer. Toyota is back in terms of the road course racing. Remember last year, outside of that Christopher Bell win, they were terrible. They all ran like 25th to 30th at Sonoma. They weren't even close to contention anywhere else. It was horrible for Joe Gibbs Racing and all of Toyota last year at the road courses. But this year, they have been back. Tyler Reddick won at COTA. Martin Truex Jr. won at Sonoma. So I expect him to be up front. He is a very good road course racer. I expect him to be up front. So even if he is in a bad point situation, he could very well win this thing again. And you got to remember, he has a two-time championship winning crew chief, Adam Stevens, on the pit box, and they've been together 3 years now. That duo has been extremely successful. I think they could very well win at the Roval again. I don't anticipate there being a must-win situation, but once again, it's possible. But Christopher Bell, I think he does get out of this round. I think the Roval and Texas help him a lot, and I think he survives Talladega. Then we go to the round of 8. In this round, I like for Christopher Bell. You have Las Vegas and Homestead, intermediate tracks that Toyota has been good on, Joe Gibbs Racing has been good on, and then you got Martinsville, where he is the defending winner of that race. Once again, the point situation is going to be tight. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have tough competition, some of them being your teammates, Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin. In fact, both those guys are probably going to be ahead of you in the points unless you pick up a couple of wins. But the other guys in front of you are going to be Cup champions like Kyle Larson. You're going to have some guys who have had really solid years in front of you like William Byron. It's going to be tough for Christopher Bell points-wise. He's going to have to outrun these guys. He's going to have to outpoint them. But it is possible. And once again, if it does come down to a must-win, he knows what to do. And he's the defending winner at Martinsville. In Vegas, he's run well at. He won the pole last spring, I think. So he's run well at Vegas before. He's been fast there. Homestead is a track that's good for Toyota, as I said. So if it comes down to pointing his way in, he's going to need a top 5 in all these races, I think. He doesn't have the buffer. Other guys are going to be running well up front. He's going to need to rely on other people's problems, or he's going to have to run top 5 every race. Obviously, a win cures all. You win, you advance. So I think he could very well win Martinsville again. He could very well win Vegas or Homestead. As I said, Christopher Bell, consistent. And if he keeps that consistency, can step it up a bit in the playoffs once again like he did last year, he could win a race, advance to the Final Four. Then there's Phoenix. Phoenix has been an interesting track. Last year, I think they finished 3rd out of 4 in the championship 4. So he's been in the championship 4 before. He knows what it's like now. He knows, I guess, what to do now. But then you've got the challenge. If your teammates make it, you're splitting resources and stuff. But if he's the only one to make it, he gets all the resources. But then again, he was the only Gibbs car to make it last year, and he finished 3rd. Phoenix has not been great to Toyota since the next gen has been introduced. The winners have been Briscoe, Logano, and Byron. So we have yet to see Toyota win in the next gen era. I think Tyler Reddick did finish top 5 here in the spring, but I think they're going to need a little bit of help. They're going to have to pick up the speed there, but it's possible. It's very possible. Bell's a capable driver. Toyota is capable. Joe Gibbs Racing is capable. Then again, the top 3 in the championship could just wreck on lap 1, and Bell just got to finish the rest of the lap, and he's the champion. But yes, that is how Christopher Bell can win the championship. I think the first round, unless he makes a mistake, he should be fine. Second round could be a bit of a wild card, but I think he should get through. And then that third round could come down to a must-win, but as we've seen in the past, that has not bothered him before. He has won in must-win scenarios before. And then as for the championship, it's always possible in this format. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow we have Prosper, Texas's own Chris Buescher, his championship case. I'm really excited to make that one. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to that, as I said, and I'll see you in that video tomorrow. Thanks for watching.